like, your life is left, you feel behind because of your divorce or because of your marriage. No, listen, divorce can be a new season, a new beginning for you. So stop feeling like you are left behind. Okay? Divorce can be I've learned a lot, and by God's help, I'm still standing. And I want to help you with everything I've learned, the mistakes that I have made, so I can give you wisdom to navigate. And divorce is one of those things, if you don't process this properly, if you don't deal with this properly, you can wind up in a miserable place. You can wind up losing a lot in your life, including your mental abilities and faculties, your mind, because there is a lot that happens in there.
Regardez notre nation. Regardons bien notre pays. Dieu nous a bénis avec ces grands pays. L'envie de tous les peuples, tous les pays. Les gens parlent que de notre pays en bien. Mais la majorité des temps, c'est nous les Congolais, en principe, qui parlent en mal. Non. Que voyons-nous pour notre pays, la RDC? Que voyons-nous pour notre pays, la RDC? Dieu nous a bénis. Dieu nous a donné cette terre. Que voyons-nous? Parce qu'il y a certaines personnes, pour eux, c'est toujours en Europe. C'est là où il y a la vie.
Nicholas, I want to minister to you. I feel the Spirit of the Lord is speaking to me right now. Even before the foundation of the world, you're going to call yourself when I called you. And on the inside of you are planted dreams and visions. But the Lord said this is a strategic timing for you. You tear down mindsets. You tear down strongholds. And change the thinking of my people.
Hello and welcome to my channel again. I'm happy to be here today to share some information with you. And I believe that this information will help some people out there who need this right now. I tell you, I don't know if it is just me or it is true, and the fact that the world, I really don't know. It may just be me because of what I've been through and what I'm going through that makes me feel that way. But we are, okay, I may be, all right. But what I do know is that a lot of people, there's a lot of stress and a lot of mental issues, a lot of mental situations or mental illness in our world today. And a lot of people do need help to deal with mental issues. Whether it is depression, falling apart of a relationship, or a divorce in this case, in which what I'm talking about here. But somehow, somewhere, a lot seems to happen. Even young people are going through mental issues. And so it is very, very important for us to have this kind of conversation to help ourselves and the people around us. And divorce is one of those things, if you don't process this properly, if you don't deal with this properly, you can wind up in a miserable place. You can wind up losing a lot in your life, including your mental abilities and faculties, your mind, because there is a lot that happens in there. So this is the reason why we're having this conversation today. If you know somebody who's going through difficulty because of divorce, then please do recommend them this channel because I'm sharing a lot here that I think will be helpful to them. Because I have gone through, and I'm still going through, a divorce, and I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot. And by God's help, I'm still standing. And I want to help you with everything I've learned, the mistakes that I have made, so I can give you wisdom to navigate this season of your life. And believe you me, you don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone in this season of your life. There are people around you. There is information around you to help you navigate this season of your life. It's very, very important that you bear that in mind. And one of the things that happens to a lot of people is you think about the years you've invested in a relationship, and somehow you feel stuck. And after maybe 25 years, some people, after maybe 18 years, some people after maybe 23 years or 15 years or 10 years of a marriage comes to an end. You feel like you have wasted your years and a lot. I know it's not true for many people. For some people feel like they've gained a lot, and which is a good positive feeling to have. But there are also people who feel like they have wasted. Oh my gosh, I've wasted this and I've wasted that. It is to those people that I'm addressing this word, that I'm sharing what I'm talking about today, to help you so you don't feel that way anymore. You're not behind, because people feel like they are behind. When you look up these people that you know, your friends that you knew, and you watch some images on Facebook, and you go to Snapchat or TikTok, and you watch all these couples and all these things and what they have done, what they have achieved, and how their lives are, or that their lives, you begin to think, Lord, my gosh, what have I done? I've wasted my years with this man, with this woman, gosh, and then that can send you into depression. And I'm here to tell you that you are not behind. You are not behind. Okay? And you shouldn't feel like, your life is left, you feel behind because of your divorce or because of your marriage. No. Listen. Divorce can be a new season, a new beginning for you. So stop feeling like you are left behind. Okay? Divorce can be a new beginning for you. What if I told you that the feeling that you are left behind after divorce isn't true at all? It is a signal that the way you're measuring progress might need a little bit of tweaking or rethinking, because you're comparing yourself with others. Yeah, you are seeing that, okay, my friend has done this, my whatever, they've done this, they've been able to achieve all of this, but I was stuck in this marriage and I've wasted years and all of that. Look, you are not. Don't feel that way. Okay, so in the next few minutes, I want to offer you a new way to see things, a new way to see time, love, and your own worth, especially after you poured years into a marriage or relationship that didn't last the way you hoped. My goal is to help you stop carrying the weight of wasted time and start seeing the truth. Nothing you lived through was wasted. That is the truth. Please bear this in mind. Let that really sink in. Nothing you lived through was wasted. So many people after divorce feel like they've lost years, like they're standing still while everyone else is moving forward. You see your friends who stayed married, others others have already remarried, people who seem like they've gone ahead in life, and you start to wonder, did I fall behind? Did I mess up the timeline? My dreams and hope, everything that I had, what's happened to it? What is going on around me? You know what? I know that feeling. That deep ache of starting over when you've already built, or you were hoping that what you had was going to be forever. The thought of starting over again can be weighing you down. But here's the truth. You're not behind. You're just on a different timeline that is your own. You're not behind. You're just on a different timeline. Everybody, you need to understand that everybody have their own timeline. That's something that I want you to bear in mind. The first question I want you to ask yourself is this. Who says you're behind? Who is telling you you're behind? I know it's a voice in your mind. I know it's what you're seeing around you, what you're watching on television, what you're watching on Facebook, what you're watching on TikTok, what you're watching on YouTube, or whatever it is that is around you that makes you feel that way. But who's really telling you that? Is it true? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Is it true? If you're measuring that because you didn't buy this, because you didn't build this, because you didn't do that, then that's the wrong way to look at life. Because you can only feel behind when you compare your path to someone else's. Maybe society told you that by this age, you are not supposed to be single again. You're supposed to be married. Maybe your parents' generation made you feel like divorce means a failure. Or maybe you've created an internal story that your worth was tied to being someone else's partner. But what if that story isn't yours? Somebody has just put it in your head. What if it was built from the voices of others, the world around you, and you've simply carried until now? And that's now causing you damage rather than helping you. Here's what I've learned. Every relationship, even the painful ones, gives you something valuable. You might look back at those years and see only loss, the missed chances, the compromises, the love that faded. But when you look closer, you will see growth. The patience you learned, the resilience you discovered, the self-awareness you never would have gained otherwise. That is not wasted time. That's life teaching you who you are. Now, I want to talk about something I call mindset shift. Moving from the victim mindset to the architect mindset. When a marriage ends, it's easy to feel powerless. You think, if they had loved me differently, if I had seen the signs sooner, if I hadn't wasted all those years. That's the victim mindset. The one that convinces you life just happened to you. But the architect mindset says, yes, it happened, but now I can get to build again. It asks, what did this teach me? What did this teach me? What can I design differently next time? Because the truth is, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. You're starting from experience. And if you want to shift out of that stuck feeling, gratitude is your most powerful tool. Now, I know that that might sound impossible. I know. What am I going to be grateful for? What am I going to show gratitude for? Look at my life. Look at what it's been like in the last whatever. You start looking and analyzing everything that's gone wrong. That is not the way to look at this situation. That might sound impossible for you to show gratitude. To be grateful after heartbreak, you find it impossible. But hear me out on this. Hear me out on this. Gratitude isn't about pretending everything is fine. That's a liberating thought, isn't it? That is very liberating in itself. Gratitude isn't about pretending that everything is fine. It's about finding one small thing that is still good. I'll repeat that. It's about finding one small thing that is still good. Okay, many things have fallen apart, but where is the one thing that is still good? The one thing that is still good. Can you find it? It can't all be wrong. It can't all be dark. There must be something that is still good. Out of that relationship, really, there must be something that's still good. Maybe it's the peace of having your own space again. Aren't you grateful? You have all the time to yourself. Nobody's there to disturb your peace. Maybe it's the peace of having your own space again. Maybe it's the freedom to make decisions just for you. You don't have to go through one person, ask them, what do you think? Get their opinion on the situation. You just basically make a decision and do it with freedom. That is an amazing thing to be happy and grateful for. You don't have to go to people to ask for their opinion. You make decisions. Maybe it's rediscovering who you are when you're not someone else's spouse. Okay, just you rediscovering who you are. That was lost, and now you got it back. You need to be grateful for that. The more you practice in noticing those things, the more you reclaim your sense of control. When you focus on what you lack, you lose what you have. You lose what you have. But when you focus on what you have, you start to gain what you thought you've lost. And let's talk about the comparison trap. This is where a lot of people really get it wrong. Let's deal with it. After divorce, this one is brutal. You see your ex moving on, or couples celebrating anniversaries online, and you start comparing your broken chapter to someone else's highlight reel. That is wrong. That is very wrong. Why are you punishing yourself? Please don't do it. But you can't compare your healing to their timeline. You cannot compare your healing to their timeline. You don't know their story. You don't know what goes on in the house, what goes on in that marriage, what goes on in that couple. Behind the image or picture you see on Facebook, TikTok, or wherever you get your information from, you don't know what is going on in the background. What they gave up to keep that marriage, you don't know. What battles they hide behind those smiles, you don't know. You're comparing your truth to their performance. That's wrong. Don't compare your truth to their performance. Stop doing that to yourself. Okay? Stop doing that to yourself. Your story doesn't have to look like anyone else's. Some people find love again 40, 50, or 60. And it's more real, more peaceful, more than anything they've had before. Your timeline is yours. You're not behind. You're becoming. You are becoming. Here's what I want you to try. Write down 3 things you think you lost because of your divorce. And next to each one, write what it taught you. Number 2, every morning, list 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. Number 3, take at least 10 minutes a day for solitude. No phone, No distraction. Just you. Let your thoughts come up. And number 4, if you can, take a break from social media. Maybe for a couple of weeks. Or 10 days. Whatever you can, really take a break from social media. You need to hear your own voice again. And as you do these things, remind yourself, you didn't waste years. You invest in them in becoming wiser, stronger, and more self-aware. You're not behind in life. You're just being reintroduced to yourself. And that's one of the most powerful beginnings there is. You are not broken. You are rebuilding. And your story isn't over. It's just finally becoming